Draw My Life Prison Wife. I'm the legally blind artist that is rapping and painting for justice, hoping, because you got to hold your breath for justice, to see justice before all face to bleak. Yes, his shit girl Cadillac. Let me push do not disturb. Though it is almost midnight and I'm not suspecting anybody's gonna call and disturb me, but just because I pushed record on here, there will be a disturbance. um, anyways, I'm coming through the last 30 minutes of August the 14th, 2025. Girl, this is Thursday, Throwback Thursday. Girl, I am in so much pain. Going to bed. So if I am hurting like from here all the way down here, goes down my shoulder, all the way down to my forearm don't hurt, but it's in this part of my arm, like all of that just hurts straight down. And it's from carrying my grandson down the beach. Like I said, I could do anything, but I have to pay for it later. It's like credit. Like my body could do whatever it wants, but then I'm gonna pay for it days later. So if I'm kind of messing with my neck, trying to stretch it out, that's what it is. But anyways, before Throwback Thursday is over, y'all know I'm trying to move out my storage, right? And I found something so special to me. Now I got some more. So when I find them other ones, I'll be able to show them to you. But this, okay, before I show it to you, picture this. Like the girl from the Golden Girls used to say, it was, what was that place she was from? St. Olaf or something. Picture this. It was, so what year was this? 2003, 4, 5. Oh no, 2005. Project Reach the World is 20 years old. Okay, so 2005 when I met Lyfe Jennings. Y'all already know, so I'm gonna try, because I am long winded, I'm gonna try to do it fast. That I had a dream that I met Lyfe. In the dream, I wrote songs with Lyfe. Woke up in real life, and then from the songwriting royalties or whatever, I was able to get the money that I needed to free my husband from his wrongful conviction. Because I really do believe my husband's wrongfully incarcerated because we were poor in BLK. First, wrongfully arrested because he was BLK, and that's that target audience. And then two, without the resources to get out of it, you don't just get out of it. Like, just because you're innocent doesn't mean you get to walk free. You have to have money. It costs a lot of money, a whole bunch. But writing songs with Lyfe Jennings, I was able to get the money. And this horrible battle ended way back in 2005 or 6 or whatever. My husband was restored back to our family, and we were able to complete raising our daughter together. And we were able to just move on, and we had more kids. Like, literally, like, life was perfect, right? So this wrongful conviction was just a hurdle. It was just a test. It was a challenge, and we overcame it. But then I woke up. In real life, that dream didn't reflect that. I met Lyfe Jennings. I read him a poem I wrote called 1020 Life. I gave him some of my artwork, and from there, he gave me some inspiration, which actually is the reason Project Reach the World started, from that inspiration. When you inspire somebody, you don't know what that person ends up becoming and creating out of your inspiration. So it's all from meeting Lyfe Jennings. Had I not met Lyfe Jennings, would Project Reach the World even exist? I can't even tell you that it would. But because it was a prophetic dream, I thought, maybe at the end of meeting Life Jennings and I didn't become the songwriter, I didn't get the money, and I didn't free my husband, possibly it's somebody else I'm supposed to meet. It might not be Life Jennings because not all dreams are straight. You could have a dream of a person, but that doesn't mean it's that person. It could be somebody else. That person could be a representative of somebody else. So maybe it's not Life Jennings. That's what caused me to start making the story of Marcello being wrongfully incarcerated into songs and doing music because I just wanted to get on the underground radio, the college radio, the local radio station, with the song telling the story, break the story like way back then in the early 2000s, um, and it would be over, right? I wouldn't be 44 years old still trying to break the same story like I am in reality. So, I started doing music. I wanted to be a songwriter. You have to get a singer to demo. No luck finding a singer that was willing to demo my music. So I said, let me see. I used to do spoken word poetry. Possibly I can rap these lyrics. And that's when I started complete drought of female rappers. The last female rapper you had seen was Charlie Baltimore. Like Trina, she never really quit, but she'll put a song out here and there, but there was no female rappers. Meanwhile, hip hop rap was a part of me growing up, part of my childhood. So I picked it up. I was like, yeah, I could break this story through rap. But the challenge was, how was I going to do that from Orlando, Florida? Back then, there was no music scene in Florida, period. Like, Miami barely had a music scene, right? Um, Georgia was just emerging as being like a big music area, but not Orlando. Like, who's from Orlando? Nobody's from Orlando. What the little boy bands were from Orlando. And just as I was about to reach out to, was it Lou Pearlman? I had started to make a Project Reach the World film. Y'all already know how his story ended up going. So he was gone. So, how do you make it in the music industry to fulfill this prophetic dream from Orlando? Meanwhile, my husband's incarcerated wrongfully in Florida, so can't go too far. I'm a single mother. I have no money. I'm like no budget. Um, a lot of people in the early 2000s, like you have to have some type of budget. You have to have some type of promo team. You got to have somebody. And I have never been able to gain a soul to assist. Like, not like that. I don't know why. It's just always been an uphill battle. Um, yeah, I've never been able to do it. But that doesn't mean I won't go after it. I go after dreams. Like, I am the one dreamer in the family. I'm the one that, oh, there's a way. Okay, we can figure this out. Like, literally. Like, but then I always come back with my tail tucked between my legs. But anyway, let me hurry up because my granddaughter waiting on me. But I had a desktop microphone. It was a little skinny mic that you sit on the desk, and there's a little memo voice recording thing. And I recorded my first demo with that. And I used to draw my album covers. I used to, back then it was CDs. I would burn all the CDs that I had. I would burn them personally with my burner, which took a while if you know anything about burning CDs. Like, it took a while. And then there was many misfires where it didn't even didn't even record. You'd spent that long burning the CD and it didn't record like that. I would write my songs as a door greeter at Walmart. I'd come home and I would record them, and then I'd get on MySpace, and then I'd be promoting on MySpace, and then I'd be going to music conference during the evening. I used to wear my demo around my neck. I'd be passing them out as I'm like at work. I have it around my neck. People ask for them. I'll be going to see Marcello. I'll be leaving them at the random gas stations. Sometimes people listen to them. I was just doing so much. And then this thing called Project Reach the World came about, where when I was going to music conferences, I needed to stand out. So I started saying the only thing that really makes me stand out, everyone overlooks me. It's nothing that is, it's never been anything special about me, except for I can draw. That's literally the only thing. Like I tell you how my drawing was what shielded me from bullying, being bullied. Like they bullied me and stopped long enough to be like, God, dog, you can draw, and then went back to bullying. So as long as I was drawing, they weren't bullying, right? They weren't throwing rocks at me. They weren't calling me Scarface. Um, as long as I just kept them hands drawing. So I was like, dang, that's the only thing that's ever gotten me attention. So let me draw people and then try to present them with my story. Now, for 20 years, I've been doing this, and people love the art, but they separate the art from the story. They don't even inquire. If I try to tell them, they don't want to hear it. Nobody wants to hear my story. Therefore, can't break the story, right? But there was no place to record because I knew I had to get off that desktop top mic. So I was like, where can I even record in Orlando? I used to work at Walmart. I would run across the street to 7-Eleven, and I would buy a copy of Ozone magazine. Girl, Throwback Thursday for real. The double-sided magazine. Look at the artists that they have on the cover. And Scarface ain't even that thick no more. Oh, that's actually symbolic. They called me Scarface to bully me. And then there's rapper Scarface. I never seen the man until I seen that man. Yeah. No, I never seen the man cry until I seen that man. Can't say that on, online no more. But Ozone magazine. My goodness, I used to thumb through the pages. I could not wait until the next issue came out. This was what? TJ Chapman and Jessica and what was the other girl? Dang, I can't think of her name. Mercedes Street. I was Cadillac. She was Mercedes. I used to see these people at all these music conferences. I'd go home, look at this magazine, and I would just comb through it. And I'd be like, who is that person? Who is that person connected to? Okay, I got to get them a Project Reach the World. Oh, hold on. That person connected to that person. I got to get them a Project Reach the World. I found my first ever studio from Ozone Magazine. It was Mo Music. Red Dog. Yeah. If you from Orlando and you remember that underground Dog Man, Red Dog. Oh man, Red Dog Studios. And the ad was right here in Ozone Magazine. This is so crazy thumbing through these pictures. My goodness. Here she is right here, Mercedes Street. She was the promo. TJ, his story is so similar to mine. He was drawing. His sister went to go see Big Tigger. I don't know if y'all remember In the basement. I was that weird child that just sat there, like even before hip hop was big, and just watched all of the basement, Yo MTV raps. I just knew every lyric to every song. I was so in love with hip hop. But Big Tigger and his sister met Big Tigger, but he had drew him a picture, and she gave Big Tigger's picture to Big Tigger, the drawing that her brother did, TJ Chapman. And he was like, I don't know who drew this picture, but they finna be famous now. And that was kind of the vision that I had back then. Almost like Valentino Dixon. He was wrongfully incarcerated 27 years, and he drew his way free. His talent, his gift made room for him. And that's kind of the vision that I had. I used to go out and get this mag. Oh my gosh. Look, Ludacris and Akon. Luda. I got a project Reach the World to him and Shauna. I don't know if y'all remember Shauna. I mean, not Shauna. Sharifa. Girl, do you remember Sharifa? Shauna wasn't at that concert. But I had got a drawing to Shauna. Why I keep saying Shauna? Sharifa. She came all the way off the stage to come down and look at my picture. If you had to know how many people were actually like taking notice of my art, but because of the meaning behind my art, they separate. Like, how do you separate the artist from the art? What they did, they took the art and discarded the artist. That's what always happens to me. Shawty Low. Y'all remember Shawty Low? They know. Girl, I would thumb through this for real, cause I have to know who produced this person, cause at these music conferences they would be there. Pimp C, they had an artist, they had the people behind them, Polo the Don, and it felt like everybody, and it's many people that I met before they even jumped off. Like, they were literally grinding just like me, passing out demos just like me. And it felt like every single person that did not work with me made it. If you ever collab with me in any type of way, we didn't make it. It's like, I don't know, I could never figure out what it was. Well, like I tell you, I used to think I was just cursed. I'm just cursed. It's just not. It's because it doesn't work because it's me. It's just because it's me. It could literally be anybody else. T.I. That was when T.I. was young. Hold on, let me show you. Hey, what you know about that? I know all about that. Hey, when I chirp, homie, chirp back. Louis knapsack, where I'm holding all my weave at. What you know about that? What you know about that? I know all about that. Yeah. Oh, everybody is in it. This is a throwback. Now, he is from Orlando, John Young. Now, I guess he's named after John Young Parkway. I just wanted Cadillac in Ozone magazine. That's all I wanted, was to be in Ozone magazine. Yes. Them folks wouldn't touch my music, wouldn't touch. Is this B.O.B.? No. Patiently waiting. Wouldn't touch nothing with a 10-foot pole. Crunk juice. I know y'all remember this. Lil John and the East Side Boys. Yeah. Da, 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 da. Y'all just don't know how many memories this is bringing back. Girl, all I wanted was a little old set. section, just the smallest article, all the way in the back. Never happened though. But now I know how, that industry is, like, for real, the real. So to be honest, that was God protecting me. That was God's head to protect me. Because I done met some folks, and I was banging down that door. And now look, Plies used to be at everything. Every music conference, every concert, everything. Shawty. I was actually, me and my cousin was actually at that video shoot, that Shawty video shoot. I'ma call you my homie. Yeah, T Pain was actually one of my first Project Reach the World. The first he wasn't the first, was he? I done met so many people, like relevant people. But T Pain, he is really down to earth too. He was one of the first ones. I got one of my hand painted T-shirts too. And inside that hand painted T-shirt, you was gonna have a demo from Cadillac, Hit Your Girl Cadillac, taped inside the T-shirt. I had my MySpace. I would have it written in little marker, my contact info. I kept the same phone number from way back there. I have the same phone number since early 2000 because I was like, one day somebody's gonna call me. I'm sorry for the beeping and that's the car doing that. Nobody ever called, but I always kept the same number because I just knew. And once it happened, that dream was gonna be complete. Marcello was gonna be released. I probably wouldn't even record it no more music after that, really, because I wanted to just be a one-hit wonder. To be honest with you, I just needed to get my husband home. Gorilla Zoe, I met him too. Actually, I don't remember what song he sung though. What song he rapped? I can't remember that. Chameleon, riding dirty, trying to catch me riding dirty. I used to love music, like for real. But then music changed. When it became Mo Music, I found it. This is the ad. Mo Music. Red Dog. I'm telling you. This is really, if you from Orlando, this is a throwback. And who was that? What is her name? Is her name Jessica? Not Mercedes, the one that was like she was the graphic designer. She was the actual one that had it with that started with TJ Chapman. She even said, does anybody have the original Ozone magazine? And I got it, girl. I used to go crazy buying this stuff. Mo Music Entertainment mixtape in stores now. Red Dog. Yes, Mo Music Studio was the best. Girl, that was my income tax. After I paid my little bills off, and after because I used to take my income tax money and I would pay my credit cards, my student loan, whatever I had to pay, I would pay that off, and I would buy blocks of studio time. Red Dog was actually I ain't never been in a better studio than that. Mo Music. I remember sitting on this girl, this where we recorded. Oh, hold on. Up in the club. I'm about to say we recorded Neck Bones and Collard Greens there, but we did. Neck Bones and Collard Greens was recorded with my homeboy Jay Black. We were co-workers at Walmart. What studio we went to? Dang. But Up in the Club was recorded at Mo Music Studios. And that's when we were chasing the So So Def bus. we were chasing a tour bus, and I was like, I just know somebody, Jermaine Dupri, um, what is his name? Lil Bow Wow, somebody on that bus. I'm about to make it, girl. Chasing them down, and they stopped at a Publix. It was at the music conference. And oh gosh, that's a funny story, but I ain't got time to tell it right now because my neck hurt and I ain't got time right now. Girl, oh no. But when we get there, the artist that we found out was on the bus was someone named Manish Man. We like, well, who is Manish Man? Like, but he's with So Down. Like, so he still know Jermaine Dupri. Like, he still could get us in there. So he's like, me, my cousin, oh my gosh, my cousin was the best freestyle rapper. Still can't nobody rap better than my cousin, Phil the Bad Guy. He the one actually taught me how to rap. And we all went up to the studio, and then my other cousin, he was singing. And management was like, y'all got a demo? No, we ain't got no demo. I just had my little demo that was recorded like from the desktop mic, and I have a couple of ones that I did at Red Dot Studio, but it wasn't the best. And even Red Dog had some voiceover on my. I didn't even know what it was, but I was like, it's cool. It's Red Dog. I'm gonna let it be on there. But I think he left his something on the track, and it was like covering what I was saying. But when we came back after management, he was like, just use. Here's my demo. There's an instrumental on the back. Record something over that. Now let me tell you this. This is really started from spoken word poetry, right? Ever since I was a high schooler, I used to do spoken word. So my best one is Black Girl. I hit just a tad bit. Okay. I got a slip in my slide, a dip in my walk, a song in my head, a voice in my talk, a feeling in my heart, a meaning in my thoughts. So what styles do I sport? French braid, cornrows, and afro puffs. Hold on. Let me keep going because you know not enough. Natural combs, straight combs, and picks. Hair that's naturally thick. Kinky, curly, straight, or nappy. Anything that makes me happy. In my body build, I'm big and tall, short and skinny, thick and thin, good and plenty. Got eyes like chestnut, lips that kill. See, I'm keeping this on the real. So I was a spoken word poet, right? A lot different than rapping. So when I started rapping, I used to run on with my sentences, and I would just it was like an abstract rap, right? So I think I recorded something called I'm in love with a thug, and it was to that Nas one mic. So it was I'm in love with a thug, in love with a thug. I'm in love with a thug, in love with a thug. Hey, I'm in love with a thug, in love with a thug. Hey, I'm in love with a thug, in love with a thug. Her loving the thug ain't easy, but I got to take it easy. I know one day he'll get a street life up, but till then I got to show him love. He tying a do-rag on his head. He lacing them Timbo shoelaces. He leaving out the door. I'm wondering if he's coming back home. Now this that Nas beat, so he go then it go up high. Hold on. Now this the devil trying to make me cough in the middle of this. Hold on, guys. Oh, I can't even stop it. Now this is aggravating because I didn't even have to cough. He just do not want me to get this out. Okay, maybe this will pass. I ain't got no drink in here. Drink empty. Oh no, I got some drink. I rebuke this. Okay. Ain't no point in trying to get him not to go, cause he's leaving anyway it go. He got to make that dough, or else we'll have no place to call home. Now I ain't saying what he doing ain't wrong, but he's got to take care of his own. It's the only life that he's known. So can I really blame him for it? I'm in love with a thug, in love with a thug. I'm in love with a thug, in love with a thug. So it was like that. Girl, without the coughing, my button is broke on my phone. I would have clicked it off so y'all couldn't have heard none of that. But the phone gone to bed. So y'all heard all that. So the enemy was able to interrupt. But that's how I was rapping. And then what was another one? In love with a thug. I had one called Grandmama. Grandmama, is it better on the other side? And if so, then gone save a space for I. Cause the weight of this world, it's on my shoulders. And I don't know if I can keep from going under. Grandmama, if you're listening to the words I say since we last spoke, it's some major things in my life that changed. Yeah, I got pregnant and I had myself a baby girl. Baby daddy got locked up. He left us all alone in this cold, cold world. I gotta drive 5 hours now just so she can see her daddy. I gotta listen to her cry and plead, Mommy, please can daddy come with me? I gotta work 2 jobs in life just so I can make ends meet. Made me wanna holler out, Lord, is this really how life's supposed to be? Grandmama, my mouth. I'm sorry, I can't even do it. I know this the enemy, but that was what was on that track. And then when Management gave us the instrumental, girl, I went over to Mo Music. I bought a $400. It was a $400 block. Dang, where'd it go? Mo Music. And Mo Music, Red Dog had them work with Plies. That was right before Plies made his big debut. It was like everybody that was out at that time had they shot and they all made it. But me, I never made it. Never gave him a shot, never gave him a chance. Always looked over, always left behind, always. Went over to Red Dog. Now, the whole time, that's Red Dog there. Now, the whole time that Red Dog was recording me, there was no reaction. He'd just be there, just doing the little stuff, whatever. We come back with this instrumental from Management. And me and my cousin, now this is, I had never wrote like this because I used to write in silence because I was a door greeter at Walmart. And I used to write all my songs like in my head. Like I get a little tempo or something, but it was nothing to a beat. This was my first time writing to a beat. So my cousin was like, we just gonna play the song, we gonna vibe, like just sit here and we just gonna write to the beat. I had never wrote to a beat before. So I was like, okay. And I came up with my Up in the Club. My cousin sung the hook. Oh, it reminds me of Hustle and Flow because it was the same type of vibe. Girl, it was the same type of vibe. But my verse was car pulling up. Guess who's well, I didn't use that voice back then. That came from MC Light's lecture about that thick, hard voice. I used to rap like this. Car pulling up, guess who's stepping out? It's that girl Cadillac, and I'm grilling brothers down. Hey, take a picture, please, cause I'm flashy as ever in my 5-inch stilettos and my mini skirt leather. Feel like you living in my shadow, cause your brother watching me. Homegirl, don't hate, just congratulate. Please, so there's only one bell at the bar. As you see, that girl is me. So why you stand there on the wall? I be up in VIP, see I be juking and popping and doing my dance while the crowd be leaning and rocking and snapping their hands. See the DJ spinning them records that's keeping us high. Just keep on spinning and spinning for the rest of the night. Messed up right there. How you mess up at the end? And then it went into up in the club. VIP is popping, bottles of the fire. Something like that my cousin was singing. But girl, so I changed my voice a little bit later. But when I hit that, and without the mistake, let's try it one more time. If I mess up one more time, we going to move forward. Okay, I got to act like y'all ain't here in my face. Hold on. Car pulling up, guess who's stepping out? It's that girl Cadillac, and I'm grilling brothers down. Hey, take a picture, please, cause I'm flashy as ever in my 5-inch stilettos in my mini skirt. Let it feel like you living in my shadow, cause your brother watching me. Homegirl, don't hate, just congratulate. Please see there's only one bell at the bar. As you see, that girl is me, so why you stand there on the wall? I'll be up in VIP, see I'll be juking and popping and doing my dance. While the crowd be leaning and rocking and snapping their hands. So the DJ spinning them records that's keeping us hype. Just keep on spinning and spinning for the rest of the night. So when I hit that, and I was on point, I used to actually practice. So I was a one take wonder. You did not have to punch me in. You did not have to DJ run that back. You ain't have to do none of that for Cadillac. Girl. So it was much clearer and crisper than that. This is decades later, and I don't even practice my raps no more. So, and Red Dog had a reaction. He was dancing. He was like, "What?" Like that's when I knew that was the formula. That was it. That was the formula. And after that, Red Dog, I think he ended up going to jail. Everybody ended up in jail. God dog it. And I had to find another studio. My little rapping partner ended up in jail. My cousins, they end up, we would call cousins in crime. They ended up quitting on me, and it was just nobody but Cadillac. I ended up being a solo act. Um, but my number one song was Neck Bones and Collard Greens. I'm gonna put that in the description box. That was some other studio. I don't even, where in the heck did I record that? But oh, that other one I recorded in a closet. That was the best. Now Neck Bones and Collard Greens had someone named Jinx on the beat. Jinx, man, I used to see him on Silver Star Road. That was my stomping ground because I worked at the Winn-Dixie right there, girl. And I would always see Jinx. He'd be riding his bike, whatever. But he told me he made beats. My cousin introduced me to him. And Jinx said, don't, I ain't the best, but I'm going to give you a beat. Because I wanted that, the beat that I wanted for Neck Bones and Collard Greens was similar to that Gator boots with the pimped out Gucci suit. I ain't got a good job, but that's alright. Hey, I got everything and fin put in name. That's my parents' name. But I'm hood rich. Da 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 da. That's the beat I wanted. So he was like, okay, that's what you want. He had something similar. And he came up with that Neck Bones and Collard Greens beat. Oh, man. And it was neck bones and collard greens. These are a few of my favorite things. Guess that's why country did. Guess that's why I'm shaped like that. I may not be that model type, but I got everything a man like. Cute lips with a pretty face. Wide heels got back for days. Got beef? Yeah, great A. Lick your lips when I step out on the stage. All natural, no silicone now. Everything you see is all homegrown now. Nobody want a bone but a dog. All the meat on my bones make it gawk. Take a look, but don't get to staring. Catch a right hook if you're caught by your girlfriend. Guess milk did my body something good. Guys be looking as I'm walking through the hood. It made me think just like I should be. Maybe the shiness was good. See neck, bones, and collard greens. These are a few of my favorite things. Guess that one country thick. I guess that's when my lips so big. It's your girl Cadillac. Girl, that song had everybody. That song had the streets talking for real. Check it out. It's in the description box. Then I had my boy Jay Black on there. I was like, please don't curse on the track because I never wanted that warning, parental advisory on my thing. I'm gonna let you go because I got the cough again. This is none but the enemy.